Too hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. The beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the crown. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Ready, set, steady, back. Then jump.
Okay, Coach, well, it wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Ready to break. 52.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, D, let's go. You draw forfeit. Go. Ready?
On second down, here's Locke. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Miles. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Bucs' 39-yard line.
Break. Come on, boy, 51. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Alert 3. Protein spill.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Throw left side complete. It's Miles. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 20-yard line.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, that's the 2nd time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Corey Davis, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this 1st quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Set, 180. Hey, 5-0. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Under 10.
Here's Ronald Jones, 1st carry for the USC man. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic. All day, punt. Mike's 47. Mike's 47. You ain't going nowhere.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out.
Alert!
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Monday. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. It's coming this way.
From the 50, Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. But now it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
21. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Ready? Big 20.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 13-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Let's go. 70, Indy. 61, Matchbox, Lights. Let's go.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stafford is complete to Jones. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Broncos 7, Buccaneers nothing.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. 22! Hey, Echo! Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Here we go, here we go. Hey, check Mike 21.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
Down. 8, read. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. 2.
On 1st down, Lindsey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, check, Mike 21, Mike 21. I got one. Hey, check, Mike 21, Mike 21, check, Mike 21.
To throw again, Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7, past the 30 to the 32.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Zebra!
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he'll find Hall. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this 1st half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Mike 7. Check, Mike 21, Mike. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Hey, check, Mike 21, Mike 21. Check, Mike 21. Silver. Double right. Switch gears.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Check, 59! General West.
On the delay, Jones. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw it is Locke. And the pressure gets to him again. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. He had a little bit of a turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 3.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming. Ready?
After the turnover, here's Locke. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Let's get it.
Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. He's got his tight end, Fant. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 43.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Again, they'll throw with Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From midfield, here's Locke. Flushed out right. This is the tight end, Fant. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And that's the risk of a long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football. Full half to be played. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with it. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me. Leroy. It's just me and you.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Hey, 70! 51, hey, Foxtrot. Come on, let's go.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Check, Mike 21, Mike 21.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Hustle.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This defense against the run. By the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. They will find Davis. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Read. That's a run. They're running it. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Switch. You draw Porter. Ready?
They'll run with Lindsey. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Go. Mike. Now. Rush in. Rush in. Rush 6-6. Pull it high. Hey, zoom.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal.
Mike 51, Mike 51. I got you. Go. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, go. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Go, Mike. Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. They'll find Lindsey here. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
They'll try to run with Lindsey. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Let's see what you got. Check.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 47-yard line.
Set. 180. 51. Hey, give me radar. Double time. Double time. Everyone's got 4. Hey, Delta. 51, Mike.
To throw is Stafford. He finds Howard complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, 50. Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Drill right. 22.
Here's Jones. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, orbit. Mike 51. Mike 51.
They snap it to Stafford. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he is all the way up past the 25. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Locke. Throwing right, and that's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Come on,
Block now. Pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. Block now on 1st down. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Tampa. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Block now to throw. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lock. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Stafford now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. 59! 22 jet bomber. Get on!
Now Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
22.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
I'm coming after you. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. Omaha, ready, move. You mine. Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Target.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and the lead is down to 2. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos push further out in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Here we go. 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, there's your first ROI, right? Return on investment of their first-round pick. His first NFL sack, I know they want him to be an impact player right out of the gate.
A lot of pressure to put on a young man, but I think you agree he has the ability to deliver on it.
And he just did. Probably the first of many sacks in a long career.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. That's caught by Howard. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First and 10.
What do you got? What do you got? Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
On first down, it's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They're giving those short little routes, tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
40 got.
Play action. Stafford. Open man has got it. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 33. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 33.
51 to Mike, boys. 51. 9.
Stafford. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Snags it for the pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Lindsey. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Double tight, guys, double tight. We got 4.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. They find some open field here. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 12, Locke. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd down and 12.
Watch the whip. Check safety. X3. 218. Jump. Hey, Alpha.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke over the middle, complete. That's Miles. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's locked. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Broncos push further out in front. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Under crunch, under crunch, under crunch. Pilot, 64, weak.
And they try to sweep the Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Red 80, alert! Watch the screen, watch the screen. Hey, Haywood. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Check, 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 check.
Here's Stafford. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Stop your whining. Hey, wahoo! Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. So we got man.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
49, check 49.
A lot going to throw it here. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll go again with Lindsey. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
And it is no good, so maybe a little final act of mercy there. And that's how this one ends.
come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag a bulk me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can hit you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll it when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy.